Okay, so in this video, we're gonna put together Trixi, the Trixi treat bag, which is our cute little witch who has glasses. And just like our count, we're gonna begin with this piece here and the other piece that looks similar to it, but doesn't have the hat shape. And begin by just taking and folding these at the score marks. And we're going to take and piece these two pieces together to form one continuous piece. And I'm going to get some glue on the tab here and then a little bit of glue out towards the edge so that we get a nice seamless joint here. Okay, and just do your best to get that aligned. Give it a second to get a grip, and then again, I like to kind of fold it in half and run my finger along the edge just to make sure that I've got it nice and perfectly aligned. Okay, and actually what you can do if you want is it may be easier for you to place these pieces on while this thing's flat. You can do it while the base of this thing is completely assembled. Now this is a little side panel here. Okay, you just want to make sure that you get that nice and aligned and use the little hole as a guide. Make sure that that hole is not obscured. Okay, so you can get that glued down. This piece here is the exact same, just goes here. Okay, so just get that glued into place. And then you can go ahead and you've got two pieces that look like this. They're the exact same size. These are going to go on the bottom, so we're going to put that off to the side for a second. And this piece here, this is the little panel piece for the back. Now, it only goes on one way. So if you put it on a certain way, you'll see that it's a little bit too tall here. Just make sure that you get it glued on correctly. Okay, so you can glue it on right there. So get that piece glued on there. And then we can go ahead and begin assembling Trixi. Okay, and she goes together like this. You're going to start with this purple piece. Okay, so you can get that glued on. And the next piece here is the green part of her face that gets glued on like so. And then there's that part there. Okay, I'm just going to go to her teeth here. You've got this piece here that gets glued on right there. Now, if you look close, you'll see that there are some score marks in her mouth, and that is for her little other teeth there. They're kind of, well, let's just say that she hasn't been to the dentist. She hasn't been to the dentist in quite some time. And they're pretty white, but they're kind of not in the best shape. So, but that's what we were going for, because we want her to be cute, but just like a witch. And then we have her eyes, okay, and her eyes are made up of these pieces here. There's 3 of them. So you're just going to get those glued in, and they go like this, okay? And there are score marks here inside this little open area to help you position that properly, okay? Now we did add some little pearls to the final one there, just to kind of give that little reflective quality to her eyes, okay? And then you have the little decorative piece for her hat that gets glued on there. And there's a little piece for her chin. There's a little score mark down here to help you with the alignment of that. And then there's 2 pieces left for the hat. You're going to glue that in place there and glue that in place there. Okay, so that is Trixi. So you're going to have that all glued down. And all that's left to do, and I'm going to take this off since it's not glued down and just move it out of the way so that I can show you the rest of the assembly here. Okay, so all we're going to do is, I'm just going to flip this over and I'm going to put glue on this tab here and then make sure that I get some glue out to the edge. Okay, and you definitely want to get it all the way out to the edge there. And then just fold that over. Make sure you've got it nice and aligned. There we go. And just like that. All right, so at this point, what we can do is we're going to take these two pieces here. We're going to grab one and we're going to glue one tab down first just to get it anchored so that we know that the rest of it's going to go together perfectly. So I'm just going to do my best to get that perfectly aligned to the first tab. Okay, I've got two of my fingers under. I'm using my thumbs to kind of slide it and guide it. Okay, so it's got its initial grip. I'm going to gently fold it over so that I can push down to get that into place. Okay. And then you can go ahead and put glue on the remaining tabs. And also make sure you just get some glue out to the edge there, because I just like a nice seamless edge that looks nice and perfect. If you want to use like a tape gun to do that, or if you prefer like spray adhesive, I guess you can do that. We've just been using the Scotch Quick Dry. Okay, so we're just going to close it up like so. Give it a second to get its initial grip, and then you can kind of flip it on like that, and you can push from the inside to make sure that it really holds. Okay, and once that's in place, you can glue the other one on the bottom to reinforce it, and then we have this piece with the little L cut into it. See if you can see that L. There it is, right there. You're going to glue that inside. So you're going to put glue inside there. Just drop that in there to reinforce it even more. And then all that's really left to do is the handle and the ears. And here we have her two ears. And as you can see, there are little score marks on the ears to help you position these pieces here. Okay, so you're going to glue this on top here, like so, on both of them. And you will then take and slide this piece through the slits, okay, just like so. And then you can take and glue the slit to either side. You can bend it either way. Let me see if I can show you that. You can bend it that way or this way. Just glue it down in there, and that will make sure that the ear stays on. Okay, so that's really it. You're going to put the other ear on, and then all we have to do is make the handle. So let me show you that, and let me show you our final version of Trixi. We, like I said, added some pearls here for the eyes, and there's a black pearl here to put a little wart on her nose, which I thought was pretty cute. I think that was Diana's idea to do that. So let's take a look and talk about the handle. Just like I did with Count. We're going to take this piece and hold it on both ends, and I'm going to drag it along the edge of my table and apply some good pressure on it so that it bends about that much. Okay, so you're going to do that with all four pieces. We want to kind of create a natural curve so that this thing, when we piece it all together, it already kind of assumes that it's going to be a handle. And what you're going to do is find the piece that has the little score marks on it, which is right there. And those score marks are kind of a guide. You don't want to put glue beyond that point, so you can get this thing nice and caked up with glue. And put that other piece right flush up against those score lines, and just glue these two pieces together. You kind of run your finger along the edge to make sure that you've got it perfectly aligned. Okay, and you can kind of train that a little bit more if you want. Let that dry, And then you're going to do the same thing with this piece here. And you'll see that there are also score lines here. And with this one, you want to kind of use the little scalloped edges as a guide when connecting these. And I'm throwing a little bit of glue right inside the little scalloped area, just to make sure that the edges hold nicely as well. Okay, just like I said, just don't go past that score line, and then make sure that the scallops are nice and aligned. You can kind of pop your fingers into these little valleys just to make sure that you've got everything perfectly aligned. Okay, and just push that down, make sure that that's got a hold. And then we're just going to simply glue these two pieces together. Okay, so you can go ahead and put glue on the bottom of this yellow one. And I'm using my little curly Q method here. Get my glue all the way on there. I want to get some out to the edge too, just to make sure it's got a good hold, however you want to do it. And put this one out flat. Let me get that in the frame there. And start by just aligning one of the holes, and then just make your way over, align the other one. And then what I would do is just kind of work my way out from one side to the other, pushing down, kind of like you're, for those of you that work with vinyl, kind of like you're getting an air bubble out of your vinyl. Okay, so there we go. And then all you're gonna do at this point is you're gonna take your handle and you're going to, using a brad, you're just going to use a brad to connect your handle to the little hole that we have already on the side of your bag, and there is your cheat bag. Super cute.
Stay on top of all things Dreaming Tree and engage with us today. Get the latest news and enter in our giveaways on Facebook. Get inspired by following us on Pinterest. Be the first to see our new product launches on Instagram. Do you prefer Twitter? Yep, we're there too. Watch our beautiful product trailers and assembly tutorials on YouTube. For more information, visit www.3dsvg.com. Live, craft, love, and dream.